letting go. That's what we're talking about today. The spiritual art of letting go. So I want to start by telling you a story about how I put together a talk like this. I like to start with an idea, usually something that's been coming up for me a lot recently. I like to dig into it, some spiritual tool you can use, and I'm happy to share with you about it today. So I take this idea and I outline all the points I want to make. Usually there's so many points, I spend a lot more time whittling it down than I do putting it together. So a week ago, I thought I had it all figured out, okay? I was really looking forward to it, but I couldn't figure out how to start my talk. I couldn't figure out the introduction. So there I am last Sunday, leaving the wonderful volunteer brunch we had. Thank you to all our volunteers. And I'm driving home, and Spirit gives it to me, the perfect way to introduce my talk. I got in a car accident on the way home. Don't worry, everybody's fine. No one was injured in the making of this sermon. I was on my way home last Sunday, driving along the left lane of Flamingo Road in Cooper City, and this little old lady, she must not have seen me. Because it was raining, she tried to merge into my lane when I was already there. She was so focused on that Publix right there, maybe thinking about all them BOGOs she was going to get. She didn't see me. So she sideswiped me. My rear view mirror looked trashed in pieces. My hubcap was in the middle of the road, and I had this long, ugly-looking scrape down the side of my car. So I called the police, like you do, and they came out. The officer looks at the scene, she talks to both of us, and then she comes over and talks to me. She said to me, "It's clear to me that this lady, the other driver, caused the accident." And she leans a little closer. She says, "But you know, I'm not really supposed to say this, but this is actually a pretty minor accident. The damage to your vehicle, it's probably only a couple $100. You're all laughing, you don't believe it. You'd both be better off if I didn't write a report on this, and you handled it civilly." So this lady plows into my car, damages it, puts me at risk, is causing me the hassle of getting it all fixed, and I'd be perfectly justified in having this officer write that report and get her or her insurance to pay for it. But I'm being advised by this police officer to let it go. Just let it go. Why? Well, if that officer did write a report, then I have an accident on my Carfax, right? My value goes down. And even though I'm not at fault, I'll still be paying a higher insurance premium for years. And best of all, the insurance probably won't even cover the damages because they're so minor. I'd all be under my deductible. So I'd be perfectly justified in filing a police report, making a claim against her. But unfortunately, the one who'd pay for it is me. So I said, "Thank you, Spirit, for the lesson," and I let it go. I didn't file a police report. The lady and I didn't even exchange contact information. My mirror was actually fine. I found the pieces. They snapped right back together. Miracle. I didn't realize it would do that. And I ordered a new hubcap for $50. Okay? My coworker, Angel, people know Angel in here, he's a car guy. He knows a lot better than me. He came out, he looked at that scrape, he said, that'll come right out. Look, the paint isn't even scuffed. I know a guy, he'll take care of that for you. And I'm done. And I'm done. I'm much better off because I let it go. So as we go through life, we find ourselves burdened, striving, even struggling against the current of our good. Unfortunate things happen, yes, and we struggle, trying to control every situation, needing to know how it's all going to work out, struggling because we feel justified in feeling upset or angry. And yes, you may very well be justified in being angry, in trying to get your due. But at what cost? Is it really worth it? What if true mastery lies not in control? True peace lies not in holding on, but in releasing and letting go. What if the path to our highest good is found not in knowing the answers or controlling every situation, but in letting go, in trusting, in knowing that it's all going to work out in the end? New Thought spiritual teachings consistently remind us of our inherent divinity, our divine power, our power as co-creators of our experience. Nona Brooks reminds us true understanding and spiritual growth come from realizing our divine nature and recognizing our unity with God. We're not separate from the cause of all good, from the source of all good. We're part and parcel of it. We're expressions of it. All the presence and power of Spirit is right here, right now, where we are. And God is always working for our good. Always. Yet so often we forget this profoundly simple truth. This is the burden of knowing, or the burden of trying to know, needing to know. Our intellect, our mind, can sometimes be a cage we build for ourselves. We construct these elaborate mental boxes, fixed ideas, rigid expectations, false beliefs about ourselves, about others, about the nature of reality. Then we have to live in those boxes we build for ourselves. We diligently defend them from other people, even when they limit our vision and growth. We cling to those old narratives, those old hurts, those old ways of doing things, convinced that our understanding is the only understanding. It holds us back. So let me ask you, what mental box have you created for yourself? What's holding you back? Maybe you think life is something that happens to you, and you can come up with all kinds of awful and terrible things that happened to you. That lady hit my car. Wasn't it awful? That terrible thing happened to me. If only she didn't do that, then I would have been happy. That's a consciousness of being a victim. It's self-fulfilling, and Spirit will keep giving it to you if that's what your prayer is. Maybe you think you need to control other people. If only they would change, that will fix the problems in your life, right? People need to be better drivers. It's all those other people on the road that make it dangerous. They need to watch what they're doing, and then I'll be safe and happy. Well, if your happiness is dependent on waiting for other people to do what you like, you're probably going to be disappointed more often than not. Maybe you think you've had some things happen in your past that are just unfair. It wasn't right. It set you back. You feel like the deck was stacked against you all along. That accident wasn't my fault. Why would my car insurance rate go up? Why am I the one paying? None of this is fair at all. Well, sometimes unfair things happen, yes. But if you expect them, well, then that's a prayer. And Spirit is happy to oblige. You think life is unfair? Well, here it is, unfair, again and again. Is that what you want? Is that what you're expecting? Spirit will reflect it right back at you. None of those thoughts, none of those beliefs, none of those boxes you build for yourself are going to make you happy. None of that's going to bring you peace of mind. None of that's going to bring you joy. You're just going to get more of the same. So you have to let it go. You have to let it go right now, or you're stuck there. You're stuck. Our way shower, Jesus the Christ, showed us the way to do this. Jesus said, agree with your adversary quickly while you are on the way with him, lest your adversary deliver you to the judge, and the judge hand you to the officer, and you will be thrown in prison. That's from Matthew 5:25. I like different Bible translations. Sometimes they make the spiritual teaching more clear. One says, make friends with the accuser. Make friends with the accuser. Another says, settle matters quickly. Settle matters quickly. Let it go. If you don't, you're the one that goes to the judge, and you're the one who pays the price. Charles Fillmore, who's co-founder of Unity, he puts it another way. He says, we must learn to let go, to give up, to make room for the things we have prayed for and desired. It is simply giving up and casting away old thoughts that have put us where we are and putting in their place new ideas that promise to improve our condition. There must be a constant elimination of the old to keep pace with growth. When we cling to the old, we hinder our advance or stop it altogether. That's from Prosperity. So the only way to be free of those things that are holding us back is to let them go. We have to let go of those old ideas, those old grievances, those old beliefs that no longer serve. They're holding us back from our good. To make room for the new and wonderful and powerful future that's coming, we have to let go. Now, when I'm speaking of letting go, I want to be clear. It's not giving up. It's not an act of resignation or defeat. It's the opposite. Letting go is an active, conscious choice that we make space for possibilities. Something new and wonderful is coming. But it can't come if your mind and your life is stuck in the grievances of the past, stuck in those old thought patterns, stuck in the rut. Letting go is a profound realization that I don't need to know how. I just need to know that it is. It's the essence of faith in unity, in New Thought spirituality. It's trusting God, that omnipresent source within us, that intelligence that guides the cosmos. That same intelligence resides within each one of us, and it's always, always seeking to express our good. We don't have to know every step of the journey. We don't have to know how. How is our good coming to us? How are things going to work out in the end? Let go of how. Let go. Ours is not to know how. Ours is just to know that it is. Spirit is doing the work, and our good is now coming into our life more fully. Don't get me wrong. I love to talk about spiritual ideas. We do it every Sunday in Power Hour. Just trying to understand how Spirit works in our life. This morning, we're talking about how Spirit works through us, through our I am power within us. Studying spiritual ideas builds faith, shapes our beliefs. It changes how we experience the world. The more you study, the more you come to Sunday services, the more you do your prayer work, the more you come to classes, it builds up that faith faculty in you. It makes your spiritual work that much more powerful. What I'm saying is I don't need to know how Spirit does the work. I just need to know that it is. Ernest Holmes, founder of religious science, he puts it another way. In The Science of Mind, he says we should take time every day to see our life as we wish it to be. Make a mental picture of our ideal. We should pass this picture over to the spiritual law and then go about our business with the inner assurance that on the invisible side of life, something is taking place. Let the law work through us, express itself in our experience. We do not have to make the Spirit work. It's its nature to work. All we have to do is make use of it. We don't need to know how Spirit does the work. We just need to know that it is. Spirit does the work. God does the work. Let it go. And let God do its work actively in our lives. I invite you, let that be your mantra. Let that be your go-to prayer when you face those old thoughts that are holding you back? I don't need to know. You can repeat it to yourself whenever you feel those doubts or fears creeping back into your consciousness. When anxiety whispers to you, what's going to happen? What if? What if? All those terrible worst-case scenarios you dream up for yourself. Just say to yourself, I don't need to know. Let it go. Whenever your mind tries to construct another mental box, all about how things should work, or the limitations you set for yourself, I'm not enough, I'm too old, I'm too broke, I can't do this. Whatever limitations you're setting for yourself, just tell yourself, I don't need to know. I don't need to know how it's going to work out. Let it go. When fears tries to see the worst possible outcome, all those terrible things that could happen, making mountains out of molehills, just tell yourself, I don't need to know. Let it go. I don't need to know is a powerful spiritual tool to let go of everything that's holding you back. When we truly let go, when we release the burden of needing to know, needing to control, something miraculous happens. When we let go of needing to control, we release those old mental boxes and false beliefs. We open ourselves to that divine power, that flow within us. We move from a consciousness of struggle, fighting, working against everything, to a consciousness of flow, allowing, letting it happen. We stop pushing against the current, begin to go with it, carried by that invisible yet undeniable spiritual power. It's always bringing us towards our good. That's where we experience healing. That's where we experience fulfillment, mastery over life's challenges, not through strenuous effort, not through striving, not through needing to know how it's all going to work out, but through a conscious recognition of that divine presence within you that's already doing the work. What's ours to do is to let go of the need to control. Let go of those old limiting ideas and beliefs, and let God do its work through us. God is always with us, and God is always working for our good, and so it is. So now let's take some time to move from hearing about spiritual truths to experiencing the truth within it. I invite you to get comfortable, a little more comfortable right in your seat. Let your back be fully supported, and when you're ready, gently close your eyes. Let's begin with a deep cleansing breath. Breathe in and let it go. As you exhale, just let go. Let go of the morning. Let go of tension. And just arrive fully present in this sacred moment. Breathe in again. Let go. This time, as you exhale, feel yourself relaxing into the peace in this room. Breathe in and let go. Now, in this quiet space, I invite you to gently bring to mind something you've been holding on to. Don't force it. Just see what comes. Perhaps it's one of those mental boxes we spoke of. Some old belief about yourself, or an expectation of somebody else. Maybe it's an old grievance, a story from your past where you felt perfectly justified in your anger or your hurt. Or maybe it's just a worry about the future, a a need to know how it's all going to work out. Just let it rise to the top in your awareness right now. Just see this thought, this burden, without judgment. Notice that weight, the weight you feel carrying it, the struggle. And as you hold this in your awareness, you might feel your mind start to grasp, to justify, to plan. And to this, we offer a gentle, powerful, loving response. In your heart, silently repeat the sacred mantra, I don't need to know. I don't need to know. Let it go. I don't need to know. When anxiety whispers, what if? Just breathe. I don't need to know. When your mind builds another box, just breathe. I don't need to know. Let it go. With each breath out, feel yourself letting go. It's not giving up. It's a conscious choice to make space. Make that spiritual space. We allow, we open ourselves to the divine flow. Feel that spiritual power rush into that space you just created. Invigorate you. All the possibilities that are open to you. New possibilities are opening up right now because you let go. Feel that current of spirit, gentle, powerful, always moving for your good. No longer struggling against it. You are in the flow. You have to let go. You have to let God do its work in you. Now feel that lightness, that freedom, that peace. That's your I am nature. That's your power within. In this state of grace, just rest. Stay in this peace for a few moments. Back into the present moment. Let's take another deep breath in and let it go. You can always return to this peace, this power, this lightness within you. Whenever you let go, you make space. Make the space for this possibility, this potential in your life. And with gratitude,